The wealthy man of Grand Bassa County. Once upon a time, in the picturesque land of Grand Bassa, Liberia, nestled along the Atlantic coastline, there lived a wealthy merchant named Tamba. Renowned for his flourishing palm oil trade, Tamba had established an empire that spanned the region. His grand mansion stood atop a hill overlooking Buchanan's bustling port, a testament to his vast fortune and influence. Despite his material wealth, Tamba was indifferent towards spiritual matters. His wife, Fatu, was a devout Christian who frequently urged him to recognize God's blessings in their lives. However, Tamba dismissed her entreaties, insisting that his success was solely due to hard work and cunning. The night of the fire. One fateful night, while the town of Buchanan slept under a moonlit sky, Tamba's mansion erupted into flames. The fire began in the kitchen, ignited by an overturned lamp, and swiftly spread through the wooden structure. Panicked shouts echoed as servants rushed to extinguish the blaze, but the inferno became uncontrollable. Tamba and Fatu were roused from their sleep by the acrid smell of smoke. Fatu grabbed her treasured holy Bible, clutching it tightly as they fled the house. Outside, Tamba watched helplessly as his life's work turned to ashes. Amid the chaos, a servant approached him, carrying a bundle of items salvaged from the house, including Fatu's Bible. Angry and desperate, Tamba lashed out. "What use is this book when my house is burning?" he shouted, snatching the Bible and hurling it into the flames. Fatu gasped in horror, tears streaming down her face. "Tamba, you have dishonored God," she cried, but her words were drowned by the roaring fire. The aftermath. By dawn, the mansion was reduced to smoldering rubble. Tamba, once the proud merchant, now stood broken and homeless. Yet, his pride remained intact. "I will rebuild everything," he declared stubbornly. Weeks turned into months, but Tamba's fortunes did not improve. His business ventures failed, trusted partners betrayed him, and creditors seized what little he had left. The once respected merchant was now the subject of pity and gossip among the townspeople. Despite his best efforts, Tamba did not completely recover his wealth. Meanwhile, Fatu remained steadfast in her faith. She prayed fervently, not only for their situation to improve, but also for Tamba's heart to soften. She often visited the local church, lighting candles and seeking guidance from the elders. A humbling encounter. One day, as Tamba wandered the streets of Buchanan, he encountered an elderly preacher named Old Pa Yarkpawolo. The preacher, known for his wisdom, stopped Tamba and said, "My son, I hear your heart is heavy. What burdens you?" Tamba scoffed but felt compelled to share his woes. After listening, Pa Yarkpawolo said, "You once had everything but lacked gratitude to the one who blessed you. You threw away the word of God, the source of true wealth. Now, it's time to seek forgiveness and humble yourself before the Lord." The preacher's words struck a chord deep within Tamba. He walked away in silence, his mind racing with thoughts of regret and self-reflection. That evening, he returned to his wife and fell to his knees. "Fatu," he said, tears streaming down his face, "I have wronged you and God. Teach me to pray." Redemption and renewal. From that moment, Tamba began a journey of faith. He attended church regularly, seeking guidance and immersing himself in the teachings of the Bible. Slowly, his outlook on life began to change. He started small ventures to support his family, earning an honest living and rebuilding trust with those around him. Though his wealth never returned to its former glory, Tamba found peace and purpose in serving his community. He funded schools, supported churches, and shared his story as a cautionary tale. His humility and newfound generosity inspired others, and he became a beloved figure in Grand Bassa County. A lesson for the generations. As Tamba grew older, his wisdom became a beacon for others. He often visited gatherings of young merchants and community leaders, sharing his story with passion. "The greatest wealth," he would say, "is not what you build with your hands, but what you nurture in your soul." Villagers remembered how Tamba helped rebuild a small school that had been destroyed in a storm. He worked alongside the townsfolk, carrying bricks and sharing words of encouragement. His actions inspired the next generation to value integrity and humility above all else. Tamba's final moments. As the years went by, Tamba grew old, his body frail but his faith strong. One evening, surrounded by his family, he lay on his deathbed. His voice trembled as he spoke. "My children, I have one final request. Never repeat the mistake I made." Tears welled in his eyes as he continued. "When I threw the Holy Bible into the fire, I thought I was saving myself. But in truth, I invited a curse upon my soul. Last night, I dreamed of hell. I saw myself burning in its fire, tormented by demons who mocked my cries for water. Their claws tore into my weary body, and I could not escape the pain." His family wept as he gasped for breath. "Cling to God," he whispered, "for He is your only salvation. Do not live as I did." Moments later, Tamba passed away, his face etched with both sorrow and peace. His family vowed to honor his words and live lives rooted in faith. The end. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you'll be the first to know when I upload my next story.